Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing well today. This time we're going to be talking about a game that I only really got into when I started collecting games. So we're going to be looking at Golden Axe. This is a game I did not know existed. In some ways it kind of mirrors my experience with Alien Storm, how I didn't know the game existed until I started collecting games. Kind of makes a lot of sense since Alien Storm uses the Golden Axe engine, and you'll see a lot of similarities between Golden Axe and Alien Storm because they're kind of the same game, only Alien Storm is more sci-fi, and I think Golden Axe is a little bit better. So like a bunch of other beat-em-ups that Sega put out, Golden Axe was an arcade game first and was later ported over to the Sega Genesis/Mega Drive. And they did a few things to it to just kind of add some value to it. Because even back in the day, if you had a game that was only like a half an hour to beat, it wasn't really a great value. I know today people kind of complain about sort of modern beat-em-ups being too short. Well, back in the 80s and 90s, they were very short games. Like, you would not be playing very long on a beat-em-up back in the 90s. And so having a beat-em-up now that's like maybe 2 or 3 hours, that's pretty good, even if it's not really something that most people would want. And don't get me wrong, Golden Axe is a short game. If you're good at it, or if you practice enough, you can beat it in around a half an hour or so. And that's kind of the problem with it. There's just not a whole lot to it, even though I believe in this version they did add some stuff. They did add some levels to it to kind of make it a little bit harder, or at least make it a little bit longer. It's still not a very long game. You can get through this one pretty quick as long as you just keep practicing, or if you need to lower the difficulty and add some more health to your health bar. I didn't do that for this playthrough, so you can add up to 5 little, they're not even really hit points, but 5 little meters on your health bar. How they go down is an absolute mystery to me. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense in the Genesis version. It makes more sense when you look at the arcade game. That one, it's pretty clear to tell how much health you have. In this one, it feels like 1 or 2 hits take away a bar of health, but that's not always true. It's a little strange, but it still works for the game in some respects. It's a lot of fun to play, and even though there are some weird things to it, it's still an enjoyable game. So what are you doing in this? There's an evil guy. There's an evil guy at the end of it. You need to kill him, and you play as one of 3 characters. You are either a barbarian. Wow, I didn't think that was going to be hard to say, but you're either a barbarian, a little dwarf dude, or the only character who, really came back, the nice sword lady, whose name escapes me right now. But she's a nice lady. She's going to pop up and kind of become the mascot for the series at some point. The enemies are kind of interesting. You don't really have a whole lot of variety, and there's a lot of palette swaps going on. That's something that you would expect from an arcade game at this time, but it is a little disappointing to see so many palette swaps here and only about 4 or 5 actual enemies. The part of the game that is a scam, and I swear to God is an absolute scam, is how they try to honey-dick you with the frickin' monsters that you can ride around on. And that's me being nice about it. Those things were driving me insane, trying to just get the damn enemies away from their little dragons or the weird stupid thing that swings its tail around. God, that was... Ugh. Man, that was annoying. Because you finally get them off of it. You're able to get on the monster, to ride it around, and immediately you're surrounded by enemies, and they just beat beat the crap out of you, completely making it pointless that you were able to, actually get the monster. It was way more frustrating, and going back over it just it brought up a little bit of anger. Not too much, but it was way more frustrating for me than it really should have been. You also have those little gnomes. Those guys are fun. Randomly throughout the level, you'll find a little gnome. He'll run up, and you can kick him a couple of times. And for some weird reason, when you kick them, they drop magic potions that you can pick up, and you can use those for your special attacks. The more of those little potions you get, the stronger your special attack's going to be. It's kind of nice to have it that way. It's different because normally you would see, pressing the jump and the attack button, or both attack buttons, you would lose a little bit of health and do a special move. But here, you're just beating up this poor little dude that's running around the screen with his sack. And I realized how bad that sounds. But you're just beating up these little dudes with their giant sacks, and God, why do I keep saying that? You beat them up and you take their potions. There, let's move on from that one. Oh boy. You also have green little guys in the green as well. They drop food, which makes me feel just a little bit like a dick, because you're not only beating the crap out of the guy, you're stealing his lunch too. Just kind of a dick move on our little barbarian's part. Overall, though, it's a pretty great game. The first Golden Axe isn't the one I prefer. I actually prefer Golden Axe 2 and Revenge of Death Adder. Yeah, the Revenge of Death Adder, I think, is what it's called. I don't have my arcade 1-up machine sitting out in front of me, so I can't really pull that one out of my memory right now. But yeah, they're really great games. If you want to spend the money on the arcade 1-up machine, I think it looks amazing. It's got a lot of really great games on there, and that thing is a lot of fun to play. If you don't want to, you can get Golden Axe 1 and 2 on just about every system now. Or you can find the ROM online, probably, because I don't think Sega cares too much about that. I think they're pretty okay with people doing emulation and whatnot. I think Nintendo's the only one that really comes after you for that. Anyway, that's going to wrap things up, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and have a great day, everybody. Bye.